LAMA is a regulatory compliance created by the Secretary Exchange Board of India for all stockbrokers, wherein the monitoring metrics collected from their environments need to be reported to the exchanges that they are connecting to. With Geneos, they would have a solution for that in the LAMA module that exists as part of the gateway package. All that is necessary is updating the environment details and publishing the data to the exchanges. The solution you're about to see is based on the API specifications given by the exchanges. Here you can see there are 4 categories for metrics: hardware, network, application, and database. There are different metrics for each of these. Geneos can collect the data by itself through its agents, or integrate with the broker's existing tools. Once the data is collected and processed by Gateway, the data is sent through defined APIs, which are part of the LAMA integration. This is through the foremost API's login. Using the user ID and password credentials, it generates a token which is valid for a 24-hour period. After that, we log out, and then log back in again with Geneos to generate a new token. These metrics which we are monitoring and sending to exchanges occur on business days. Although it is active and sending 24/7, it will not be happening on the weekends and during holidays, so we could schedule this every 24 hours using Geneos scheduled command feature, or maybe a demo running on the gateway server. The active period can also be defined, even down to the holiday set. This can be easily configured by all users of the server. These APIs would run on a set schedule, and every 5 minutes send that data to the exchange. You can see here that the current API calls are successful. The response code is 601. What I'll do is simulate a scenario wherein it will fail an API call, and how Geneos can help to remediate it, with the options provided by the module. The scenario is one where the API endpoint is not exactly as defined. This means there are certain fields which would not be favorable for login or logout. So you can see the logout has failed, and it shows as rejected. The response code has also changed, so the login would fail as well or expire. The user should be able to fix it, and Geneos can help with that. We can simply right-click on a log, like a respective API, and right-click on Command Auth. I select Logout, and then click OK, so I can see the log while we are running this API call. You can see Logout API with this member ID, and login ID. You can see the response that has been received from the exchange, a success, and that the status has been updated by Geneos. Similarly, we can allow login as well. Right-click Command Auth, and then Login. You can see we're running the API, and it has been initiated with this user ID and password, which is encrypted again, and the token has been generated for the next 24 hours. The response has been received as a success, and the status has become clear. Now we publish the metrics. For example, in hardware, we are sending the CPU disk memory time every 5 minutes, and that would be the aggregated function, either max, average, or medium. We can also track the hardware API status, seeing if something has failed, or the exchange has responded with certain log failures, so we would even be aware from the broker side. Here you can see a certain set of metrics are sent that are above the threshold, and exchange would define which should respond, saying these are things that the broker needs to consider, or bring to a resolved state. We can be alerted based on the response that exchange has sent to us. I'm going to make a slight change, so that the API call is slightly different, which would give a response of a partial success. The response is being received as a partial success, and Geneos reflects that here. You can see the response code turned to 602, and status has changed to amber, as it's a partial success. So you can even track the responses received by the exchange, based on their criteria. To find out more, visit itsgroup.com. Thank you for your time.